Welcome to Thrive with Meghan and Harry. We bring you news, views, and commentary about Harry and Meghan. Let's thrive together, guys. Hi, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I just wanted to come on to commemorate this day. Today is January 8th, and it was 2 years ago today that Harry and Meghan decided that they were going to leave. Well, they announced that they were going to leave. Let's put it that way. I'm sure they had planned that way in advance. But that was the day we found out about it. And I just wanted to find out, what did you guys think of this when all this happened? That's what I want to know. What did you guys think? I know I was pretty happy. I was stoked about this. I remember listening to the Sussex Squad podcast that day, and I was really happy. I remember everybody was on there. All the usual, whoever usually comes on to their podcast was there, and they were giving their, they were just happy about it. Most everybody was happy about this because it meant freedom, and it meant that they could actually have their own lives, and it just meant good things, in my opinion. So, basically, that day, it was the day after they visited the Canada House in London, right? And they went there to thank everybody for their hospitality and support during their stay at Vancouver Island. That's when, because they were on Vancouver Island for a few months, or yeah, a good few months they were there. And they announced they intended to step back as senior members of the royal family, and they actually initially wanted to split their time between the UK and North America. And they said, this is a recountment of what they said. They said, after many months of reflection and internal discussions, we have chosen to make a transition this year in starting to carve out a progressive new role within this institution, right? And they went on to say, we intend to step back as senior members of the royal family and work to become financially independent while continuing to fully support Her Majesty the Queen, unquote. So, yeah, they decided that. And it's so funny because they had these discussions going on for a while. And it's so funny because a lot of these reporters and people who really don't know what the hell was going on, they kind of were making it seem like if everything was out of the blue. But it wasn't out of the blue. They were already discussing this with the Queen and with the rest of the family because of all the harassment that Meghan was just facing in the media, and we all know it was coming from the family. We all know. So we all know who was behind it, or who is behind it, because it doesn't make sense any other way. It doesn't make sense otherwise, basically, because it is obvious to me that it was somebody in that family that, that wanted this, they wanted to get rid of them, basically. They wanted to get rid of them. So either way, I'm glad that they left and they went on to, right now, they're enjoying the beautiful sun in Montecito. That's basically it. They are having an amazing time right there in Montecito. So yeah, there you go. So I am happy to report about this because I think this is a great thing. It is a beautiful day in the history of Harry and Meghan. So anyways, a couple days after, on January 13th, 2020, they had the Sandringham Summit. And it was Prince Harry and his father and his brother, and they met with Queen Elizabeth at Sandringham, and to discuss, the announcement, right? And after a 90-minute discussion with the Queen and stuff, she kind of had like this very short message. She said, "Today my family had very constructive discussions on the future of my grandson and his family. And she went on to say, my family and I are entirely supportive of Harry and Meghan. Meghan's desire to create a new life as a young family. She also continued that although we would have preferred them to remain full-time working royals, we respect and understand their wish. Blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. So that was what she said. I'm sure she believes that, but the rest of us, we're looking with a side eye at you, lady, and the rest of that family. So what, guys? What did you think when this happened? Like I said, I was pretty happy about it because it meant that, they would get to forge their own path and do what they want to do in their lives and anything, I'm happy. Like, listen, this is a ballsy move these people made. Okay? This is ballsy. How many people have left that family and survived? And well, I don't want to say survived, but how many people have left that family and have, without looking back for a handout or whatever, how many people have survived them? Not a lot. Because they always talk about Edward VIII and Wallace Simpson, or Wallace Simpson, whatever her name was. They always talk about her whenever they're talking about Harry and Meghan leaving. But the thing, I've said this before on this podcast before, it's okay to compare them, yeah, because they're Americans, they're both Americans, but that's where everything ends right there, because Harry and Meghan, they're completely different than that couple was. That couple, when they left, they didn't try to do anything good with their lives. They didn't try to help people, as far as we know, because I've never heard of anything that they've done. They just left and kind of depended on the royal family to send some money back to them wherever they lived. I don't even know where they lived. But they didn't do anything amazing, or they didn't do anything. So because they're not incredible people. They're not people like, okay, look, when you look at Harry and Meghan, they're nothing like Harry and Meghan at all, right? They're not dynamic. They're not leaders. When they left, they just left, and that was that. And then they kind of lived in destitute for whatever. And I think, and then that's why a lot of these people that are always trying to make make it look like Harry and Meghan are destitute. The reason why they do that is because they would love the outcome to be like it was for that Edward VIII and Wallace Simpson. They would love that, right? They would love Harry and Meghan to end up however they ended up. But Harry and Meghan are completely different. They're not that person. They're not them, basically. So yeah, it's going to be a completely different outcome, people. So, yeah, and what did you guys think of, what were you doing when this happened? Do you remember? Do you remember what you were doing when this happened and what you thought on that day? Tell me about it. Let me know what you thought about it, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of commemorate this. It was March 8th, 2020, or 2020, I should say. And it was very impressive. It was a day that will live in infamy, basically. It will live in infamy because people's jaws were dropping. They couldn't believe that they were going to actually attempt this. And this was a feat that they attempted, actually, because like I said, not a lot of people have done this. And you know what? They actually broke ground, and they are making it easier for anybody else in the royal family in the future who wants to do something like this. They are trailblazers, and they are pioneers, basically. They're stepping out into a brave new world right now, right? And in the future, if, somebody's child, like, it could be any of them, any of those children that they have now, if they want to do the same thing Harry did, there's a pathway for that now because of what Harry and Meghan did. There's a pathway to leave now. And it's all because of Harry and Meghan and what they did. So the second child or the middle child or the other children that are not going to be king or queen or whatever, they now have the opportunity to to go forward and do something different, have a different outcome than Margaret did, basically, or Andrew. Because those ones are like the more tragic of all the situations. Margaret was a very tragic. Her story was very tragic, and we all know how Andrew's story is turning out. So there you go. So it's a good thing, and now we know that they have that path that they can go. Somebody can, if they want to leave, there's a pathway because Harry and Meghan they left they left a path for whoever wants to leave that family in the future. And I think that's a great thing. So yeah, I just wanted to commemorate that today, January 8th, 2020 or 2020, 2 years ago, when Harry and Meghan decided that they announced that they were going to leave. They wanted to actually do something a little different, but in the end, they left completely, which is great. So anyways, guys, I figured out how to set up the memberships. So any of you who wants to become a member, you can totally do that. It's there for you. And it's totally up to you. You can do that if you want. And I appreciate it if you do. Because, to come up with the topics and just to do all this stuff, it takes a lot of time. It does take a lot of time out of your day. And, it's good. It's good when you have people that support you. And it would be amazing. And I appreciate it so much. And I actually have my first channel member. And who else would you think it would be, guys? It's Lydia Washington. Who else would it be? She is amazing. I wish I could give this lady a hug and a kiss. Mwah. So Lydia is my first channel member, and I really appreciate it, Lydia. You're amazing. And so guys, I really appreciate you coming through and spending a couple minutes with me today. If you can, please do like, subscribe, and share. And it would be amazing. It would be amazing to, that it's amazing, actually. It's amazing that we can just be. It's amazing that we can just be. And I'm so grateful for all of you who come, you listen, you share, my podcast or whatever with people. I really appreciate that. And like I said, like, subscribe, share. There you go. Thank you so much. Like I always say, Megan said this once, and I just love to repeat it. It's not enough to just survive something. That's not the point of life. You have to thrive. You have to feel happy. Unquote. So guys, I appreciate you coming through. Please do, if you want to join, if you want to become a channel member, you can do that. It makes it easier for us, who do create videos and stuff, when there's some support. It really does. So I appreciate it. And, have a great day, guys. Have a great evening, a great morning, whatever. Just have a great time. And I guess I will talk to you soon. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. Have a great one. Bye.